Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we're going to bring to you week 24 of the 2018 MLS season. And man, what a week it was, or actually, what a 2 weeks it was, because we had a little bit of a break in the schedule, as you saw if you watched our last video. But it turns out that that little break in the schedule was supposed to be for international players to go out on loan, or go out on leave, I should say, and not for us to schedule friendlies. But we scheduled friendlies anyway, and the international leave kind of disrupted that. But let's take a look at our international players first. And we had 6 players go out on leave. Now, we got 9 players listed here, but the bottom 3 didn't actually play. They played last March, so they didn't get called up really. But we had Piet play for Team Canada versus Honduras. Got a 1-0 victory. He had a 6.8 rating, so that was pretty good. Teder played for Algeria. They had a draw, but he had a 6.8 rating as well. Petrasso, the young winger, only 23 years old now. Happy birthday to Petrasso. But Team Canada had a 1-0 win, and he got the goal in that game. 7.3 rating, so good on him. Gianfranco Vasquez, our young striker, played for the under-20s, Team Canada. They got a 3-2 win versus Honduras. He had a goal, 6.8 rating. Ortiz, the defensive midfielder, played for Team Canada, 6.7 rating. Montreal, goalkeeper, might be familiar with him, or maybe not. I would forgive you if you forgot all about this guy, but he's the academy player that we signed up to keep him away from the French clubs that were coming after him. So anyway, he played. He had 2 goals scored against him, but he had a 6.8 rating, and the team got the win 3-2, so I guess that's what's important. So like I said, all these guys out on loan kind of played havoc with our schedule, so let's take a look at that schedule, see where we went wrong. So the last game you saw was against Philadelphia Union, and again, the schedule kind of bit us there because we were so, our games were so close together that last week before the international break, and that's probably why they were crammed close together, was because of that. But anyway, we went out and we had a nice little friendly versus Deportivo, and they're a pretty good team, Spanish team. They're in La Liga. They're a pretty good team. You look at their history, they've got a championship in La Liga. They got 2 Copa del Reys. They got 3 Supercopa championships. So they're a pretty good club. They're 3.5 stars. So I mean, that's better than us, honestly. You look at their players, their senior squad. These guys look pretty good. A lot of 4-star, 4.5-star guys. I mean, they're not the best team in the Spanish league, obviously, with Barcelona and Madrid and teams like that. But they are, pretty decent compared to us. But we held them to a nice 2-2 draw, and we played a lot of those guys who are going out on international leave because we wanted to get them a little more fit for their international duty, and we also wanted to get as much out of them and rest the other guys who were going to have to play through the international break. So we had Montero, Fisher, Jaguar was in there, Basic got a start at central defense, Tran, Ortiz was in there. We played some veterans in there, Toure, Piet, Petrasso. Those guys were also played well for Team Canada. Edwards and Dupuis were the other starters, and they played pretty well. Got the 2-2 draw. Take a look at the goals here. It was a nice back-and-forth affair. I kind of thought we were going to lose pretty badly once I realized what was going on, and once I realized all the backups we were going to have to play. But, we stuck it together. We played a little bit more defensive than usual. We played the 4-1-2-3 DM wide. Here's Edwards to Dupuis with the first goal of the match. Look at that header. The big man right through their defense. Nothing they can do. Then the second goal, Tran drops it back. Romero, Shom, just back from loan, and he gets a nice goal. So we're up 2-0, 90 minutes. We're thinking, oh man, we're taking this victory home. Here's Cartibia. And then just, a bad play by Tran on the back line, and Juan Fran puts it in. And then the final goal, 94 minutes in, 4 minutes of stoppage time. We get just a disastrous play. Salmon plays it right through to Rogelio, and Yeah, he ties it up in the last seconds of the match. So, we should have had a 2-0 victory, honestly. Those last 2 goals were our own faults, our own sort of inexperienced players in there making mistakes at the end, but, it's a learning experience for those guys. Then we went on, played Ottawa Fury. Again, a highly rotated side. Leutwiler got his first action, got a 6.9 rating, so that's pretty good. Taylor got the man of the match, 7.2 rating. Had Munir in there. He hasn't played much at all this season. Another 16-year-old academy player. It's got him a little bit of time in there. Martin, haven't seen him in the lineup in a while. Shom got the start. Raheem Edwards. So, a lot of our players played. We got an easy 2-0 victory. We don't really need to take a look at that. But then came the problem and the third game here. This was a real game, an actual MLS game. And it came on the heels of the Ottawa game. Our players were all still out on international duty, so they gave us the option to change this game. And they were like, do you want to reschedule this game? And obviously my first thought was absolutely, but we had an issue. And that was with the medical center. Mancosu, he's coming off of his injury. And we're up against the roster deadline. The roster deadline was just today, basically. So you look at the schedule. The roster deadline day is right here, today. And there's the DC United game. So Mancosu was on injured reserve for 6 games. And this DC United game was the 6th game. So I knew that I couldn't wait. I couldn't postpone this match, because if this match got postponed till next week, then we would have been without Mancosu for the rest of the season, because this Red Bulls game would have been the 6th game and the transfer deadline would have ended, because it actually ends midnight of Friday, not midnight of Saturday. So we had to play this game here where it was during the international break in order to keep Mancosu on the roster. So we were able to unregister him from the injury list and put him on the regular roster. So now we got Mancosu back. That's good. But that didn't help us versus DC United. Get back to the schedule here. Did not help us versus DC United, as we lost 5-3. This game was just crazy. Look at Leutwiler got his first start, his first real start in a real game, and he gives up 5 goals. So I don't think the fans are going to be clamoring for this guy again anytime soon. Salmon was in there, Jaguar, Cabrera, Tran. So it's not a terrible back line. We've been getting Jaguar a lot of playing time just to see what he's all about. And we're actually retraining him as a defensive midfielder, because I don't know that he's actually going to be a great central defender because of his size and his physical attributes just aren't that good to be on the back line. I think he makes a much better defensive midfielder. So he's got decent pace for a defensive midfielder. 13, that's plenty. So we're going to retrain him as a defensive midfielder, but for this season we actually need him at central defense. So we're going to use him back there for now. We had Andre, we had Toure, Romero was in, Louis, Vargas, Jackson Hamel. So it's a decent starting lineup. But everybody was kind of tired from the friendlies, and we were lacking a lot of depth, because of everybody who was out on international leave, and it just didn't work out for us. We'll show the goals. We'll show the highlights. I mean, why not? There's a lot of goals. We just set the record for the season for most goals in a game with 8 total. So yeah, obviously DC gets up on us early. Stanko. Stanko gets the first goal. Then we come back, Vargas to Toure, and he gets his first banger of the season and from the semicircle. It bounces off a defender, but you know what? It still counts. And then here's Blanco again making another play. Gets it to Veron. Veron sends it in the middle and just easy. Mendez. Right over top of our boy Jaguar, so that's no good. And here's DC United again. Mendez again. gets it forward. Ludi to Blanco, and Blanco gets a goal. So they're killing us right now. 3-1. Yeah, maybe. Here's Mendez. Sends it downfield. There's that man, Blanco, again. He just crushed us all day long. And then he's got 2 guys to choose from in goal, and there's Mendez. So that's 4-1. Not feeling too happy about things. Mendez with a little cartwheel. And then here we go, Mendez again to Ludi. He's down the wing, and look who's coming on the back post. There's Veron. 5-1, 75 minutes down. So at this point, we change a few things, bring in a few different substitutes. Toure, nice pass to Andre with the goal, so he gets 1 back. That makes it 5-2. And then in the extra time, we get sort of a lucky goal there. It looked like Andre went forward, and then he just caused an own goal. So we ended up getting 3 goals, 5-3, but still, that's where we're at right now. It's not so good. Team's a little bit shaken, a little bit tired. We got some people rumbling here and there about, lack of depth on defense and things like that. Now, it's not helped by the fact that Jaguar just got injured in training, 5 to 7 days for a gashed lower leg, so he's going to miss today's game. But as I said, we did get Mancosu back. I don't think we're going to play Mancosu in this game because he's got above average injury susceptibility. He just came back from a torn groin muscle. I actually kind of want him to ease off training. We're going to rest him for a week. I don't want him to just come straight back, get straight into training, and rip something else. So let's ease off a little buddy. So you might be thinking, man, that's a lot of bad news. Do we have any good news? Well, we actually do have some good news. Some really good news. As you can see here, Houston Dynamo tried to trade for our international slot again. Philadelphia tried to trade for our international slot. Get out of here. Look at this. We've signed our man, Larin. Finally, after all this whole season, Kyle Larin has agreed to deals with Montreal. Now, the secret to this, the key to this, was I was able to go to Yaya Toure and say, hey, can you go out in the press and say how much you want Kyle Larin to join the club? And he did that, and immediately Kyle was like, all right, let's do this. Let's sign a deal. So I made the move. We had to pay $2.1 million, which is a whole million more than we could have got him earlier in the season. I think Besiktas, they figured it out. They're like, okay, they want him real bad. They'll pay more money for him. So we got him to $2.1 million. They agreed to that. I think they get like 20% of the next sale. So that's fine. I don't know that we're going to sell him anytime soon. And we were able to sign him to a designated player contract, a young designated player, because he's only 23. He'll be 23 for a little bit. When's his birthday? So he's just eligible for the young designated player slot. So that'll be good. And basically that means next season we'll have Larin as a designated player, young designated player, Toure, and Teder. So we'll have all 3 of those guys as designated players. And then at the end of the year when Toure leaves, then Larin, when he turns 24, he can take that designated player slot, the non-young designated player slot. And then next year, we can bring in another young designated player. Maybe we'll have to give that young spot to Vargas if he asks for another deal. But I think, in terms of roster planning, which you have to do in Major League Soccer, I think we got it settled. Something might happen. They might say that he's not eligible for a young designated player. But as far as I understand the rules, as long as you're 23 at some point during the calendar year, you qualify. So, anyway, we'll get to that next year. So he's not going to be on the roster this year because the transfer deadline is closed, the roster deadline is closed, everything is closed. We can't bring in any more players from this point on in the club. We got who we got. And, yeah, that's it. Was there any more news we wanted to look at before today's game? I don't think so. Mancosu is back. Yeah. Hassler got suspended from international duty. Yeah, that's okay. We can take a look at the competition, see where we're at. We slid down to second place again. Atlanta United jumped up to first place. Now they got 50 points, 2 points ahead of us, but we're basically tied with New England. Why we're ahead of them is anyone's guess. I think it's because we've got more games played, which actually makes no sense. We've already played 30 games. We have played more games than anybody in the whole league, looks like. Yeah. Probably because we didn't take that international break. So we're going to be wondering where we're going to finish right up until the end. Now, you might notice board confidence is through the roof. 94% board confidence, 100% for the Supporters Shield. Because they just wanted mid-table for Supporters Shield, and we're 5 points off Supporters Shield. I mean, FC Dallas, they got a game in hand against us, so we might not actually be able to catch them. But we're in the question. We're in the race for the Supporters Shield, and we're nowhere near mid-table, so that's good. And then they just wanted us to be competitive in the Eastern Conference, and we might win the thing. We're only 2 points back, so we're looking good. All right. Here we're going to go with the old 4-2-3-1 DM asymmetric again. Hand that over to the assistant coach. I think I set up the team. Take a look at that. We'll process through. So we got the Red Bulls again today. This is an important matchup. They're fourth in the conference. Just behind us, a couple of points. We got to win this game. It's important, especially with how we got thrashed for Chicago. I think that was a little bit of payback on behalf of Chicago too, because we beat them pretty good earlier in the season, and now they wanted to get back at us. Yes, back at us, and they did. So let's hope New York doesn't have the same kind of revenge on their minds, because we beat them earlier in the season as well. Double check that. Yeah, we beat them 2-1. All right, let's go. Come on. I was going to say something else, but I decided against it. We're going to save it for these later screens. What else we got going on this week? LAFC versus Sporting Kansas City is pretty good. Atlanta versus DC. We need DC to jump up and beat Atlanta. Orlando versus Chicago. Wait, it was DC that beat us. It wasn't Chicago that beat us, right? Yeah, it was DC United that beat us. They didn't have a grudge against us, because I don't think... Oh, yeah. They did have a grudge against us. A huge grudge. We beat them 6-1 way back in April. So they did get their revenge. All right. Everybody's got a reason to come back at us. All right, let's take a look at the Red Bulls here. How are they looking? Pretty good. Oh, that's us. That's us. All right. They still look pretty good. Robles in goal. Yeah. Pretty good. Kamar Lawrence, pretty good player, international. Philippe is in there. Royer Torres. He is, what is this? On leave. So he must have got homesick, so they sent him home. All right, that's good. Raczkowski, we got to watch out for this guy. Peterson, we got to watch out for him. They don't have a great deal of depth in terms of good players coming off the bench. So we might be able to catch them a little bit thin this week. We'll give it a shot here. All right, well, let's submit our team anyway. Let's get a move on. See who we got in the lineup. Yeah, they are going with the same formation, 4-2-3-1. We got Crepeau back in goal, thankfully. Tran and Salmon at the fullbacks. Taylor, he wants more playing time. We're going to give him more playing time. This is his time to shine. Like, Diallo is gone. We don't have a lot of other options at central defense, so he's going to get his playing time that he wanted. Teamed up with Cabrera, of course. Andre, Segundo Volante. We dropped Louis back to the midfield and moved Torre up to the advanced playmaker, because Torre played a great game in the last couple of games, but just in the final third we kept screwing it up, because he would pass the ball to Louis, or somebody else, and they would mess it up. So now we're going to move him up there, and hopefully they can get the ball to him, and he can make the plays in the final third. Get the ball to Vargas on the left, to Romero on the right, and to Jackson Hamel up the middle. They still haven't fixed this. Where did that little box go? It was so beautiful. I loved it. It's my friend. Now it's gone. All right. Anyway, let's get out of here. Pep talk. We could potentially secure a playoff place with a win. All right, nobody cares about that. Opposition instructions. Do what we usually do. Close down on these guys. You know, we should probably set team instructions, but it's not really the same as it was last year. It looks like number 3 is coming forward. So we're going to mark this dude. Kamar Lawrence. Yeah, he would come forward, wouldn't he? He's a pretty good player. Lots of crossing, lots of speed. Jamaican. 54 caps for Team Jamaica. Jamaican national team. All right, let's go. Get to the tunnel. I don't care about this. Get out of here. We'll send the assistant. All right, here we are. Home game. Saputo Stadium. Let's go, boys. Jackson gets the kickoff. So we're looking for a bit of a bounce back in this game. We can't get behind early like we did. We can't have turnovers like that. I mean, we are still missing a couple of guys because a couple of guys, they came back a little bit tired from international duty, so I didn't want to get them injured and throw them right back in there. All right, here's first highlight. Adams. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we do have extended highlights on. All right, Philippe looking to get it forward. There's Richkowski. Gets it to Peterman. He jumps over one man. Oof. That was a great play, but they couldn't finish. They fooled our defense pretty much. All right, here we go. Richkowski again. Royer sends it in. Oof. Mesquita? Anyway, I don't like the way our defense is playing right now. There's not a lot of security going on in the back line here. I mean, look at this guy, just keeps getting wide open. That was his second wide open shot. The first one he sent wide, that one he buried. Should encourage our players to play short passing. I don't know about that. Not made a good job of possession today. All right. We'll retain possession. How about that? Get back to the field. See what that does. You know, we do have a little problem with this formation because of the striker up top. Jackson is a target man, which means it's hard to get guys going towards the goal. Here's Tran, the fullback, moving forward, ranging forward. He's double covered, drops it back to Louis. Can Louis? Yeah, there we go. Get it to Toure. Toure looking for somebody. Jackson. See, Jackson just isn't going forward. We need to get him, maybe make him like an advance forward or something like that. Romero to Toure. Because if we're not going to get it out wide for people to cross it in, we need to send Vargas on the attack then. If we're going to overlap with our fullback of Tran, if he's going to make downfield. Okay, so Jackson Hamel is on attack, is a target man. All right, we'll leave that for now. Need to send more guys attacking towards the goal. Don't like this. Nice interception by Luis. Sends it downfield. Who's down there? Nobody. Lawrence is going to win that. He's going to beat just about anybody in a foot race. Philippe centers it. Taylor with a big tackle. It could have been a foul, but he got lucky there. All right. Come on, boys. Let's get a highlight. Let's get one back before halftime. Vargas is looking frustrated. Here's Tran with the throw-in. Far side. Gets it to Yaya. He gets it to Andre. That was sneaky. Andre back to Toure. Centers to Vargas. He gets interrupted there. And here's New York on the counterattack. Peterson looking to get it forward. Mesquita They got some overload. Ouch, Tran with a killer tackle. But we got a man ranging down the near side. Rechkowski, he's going to make a play. Nope. He's just going to send it in for Crepeau. We had nice marking on the back post there. Tran was doing his duty. So that's okay. Here's Royer now for New York. Mosquita again gets it forward to Peterson. You know, it is a slightly different defense back there without Diallo. So we're still feeling things out. Cabrera has been not playing well without his partner. 6.5 rating. He's our veteran. We need him to play well. We can't let him struggle. All right, here we go. Vargas sends it in. Cabrera heads it down to Toure off the post. We needed that one, big man. We needed that one. Vargas, what are you going to do with it? Drop it back. Yeah. And there ends the highlight. Okay. 30 minutes. Winning our fair share of headers. What do they want us to do? Work the ball in the box? No. Float crosses, pump the ball in the box, hit early crosses. I don't know about that. 40 minutes. Okay. Need to finish our chances. Sure, we'll do that. That probably means work the ball in the box. 44. Okay. Alright. Just about halftime. This isn't looking good. Not feeling it. It's like our team has lost something. I don't know what they've lost, but they've lost something. Some edge, some spark. It might be a change of formation. This formation might not be what we need. So I got an idea on that front. Don't want to install any... Oh, thank you. Get out of here. Tactics. Alright, what's Louis doing right now? 6.5 rating, ain't good enough. Get out of here. Dropping him back. You know, we're going to this. We're going to the 4-2-4. Gonna try to get some of that old magic back. And we're going to bring in Raheem Edwards over here. No inside forward. You just support. Push Vargas up to advance forward. Romero, Tran, everybody else looking good. Salmon, I think we can send you forward a little bit. And basically, let's go. It's kind of what I want to say. Pep talk. Pep talk passionately. Look, you know as well as I do, the first half wasn't good enough. Show them what you're all about in the second half. There we go. All right, start the second half. Let's go. Peterson with a delayed kick there. That was interesting. Anyway, going back to the 4-2-4. It's just, there's something about this formation. It's got a lot of mojo. Players make plays like that. Romero comes back, gets the interception. It's like they play better defense just by putting the other team on the back heel. And even though we were playing attack with that other formation, it wasn't the same. So now we'll see. Here's Vargas. What's he going to do? He's going to drop it back. Jackson. Jackson takes a shot off his own teammate's forehead. But, yeah, offside. Okay. That shot honestly looked like it was going towards the goal. Unfortunately, I think it was Cabrera that got in his big melon in the way. Come on, boys. Let's go. 56 minutes. Struggling with the numbers in midfield. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. What is Torre? What position is he playing right now? Box to box. I don't think so. It's not really his forte. Let's keep him at deep line playmaker. Not run him ragged. He's not a young man anymore. He's still at 75% fitness, though, so he's okay. Vargas not looking good with a 6.4 rating. Make sure we got the right... Yeah, we got everything correct in there. Maybe we can work the ball in the box, see what happens. Aaron Long gets his 6th yellow card. They're getting nervous on the back line. They're starting to foul everybody. 3 yellow cards. Here we go, 62 minutes. Peterson. Philippe out wide to Lawrence. It's Mark him. He gets it back post to Royer. Crepeau, though, gets the stop. All right, they're going to get a corner out of it, but let's go. Let's head it out of there and get the counter on. Here we go. Beckerman. Cabrera heads it out. Vargas can't chase it down, but there's Andre. Gets it forward to Vargas. Out wide to Jackson. Here comes the counterattack. Let's go. Looks like Yaya Toure leading the way. There he is. He's going to get it forward. You know he is. Gets it out wide to Romero. Romero with a bad touch, but he gets it back. He centers it. Jackson couldn't get to it. And now New York starts their counterattack. Philippe gets it forward. Peterman, but that's not a great pass. All right. So we had the counterattack, but we just couldn't finish in the final third. Some unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. All right. See, 69 minutes and counting. 70 and rolling. We got to do something, boys. Let's get a highlight. Here we go. Murillo. Out wide to Lawrence. Here's New York trying to work it forward, but Toure is there with the interception. Vargas is coming down the wing. He's got the big man. There he is in the middle. Jackson. Nope. That looked like a deflection. No, it's just a bad shot. Okay. I wish Vargas had waited just a little bit longer for Jackson to get in position. But here's Vargas now with a free kick. Nope. Why isn't Toure taking free kicks? I don't know. I should probably set that up, I suppose. All right, 78 minutes. Robles sends it downfield. I got a good feeling about this one. Tran heads it on. Edwards hasn't played a lot this year, Raheem Edwards. But he's done basically what we wanted him to do. We wanted him to come in and be a good substitute for us. What is Robles doing? He almost got that ball stolen. Jackson picks it up out of midfield. Turnover. Come on, boys. Mesquita getting forward, sends it into Peterson. He beats his man, but his shot is way off. 78 minutes. Is there anybody we want to substitute out? Tran is looking a little tired. 80 minutes. Tran. I think he's playing well, though. Edwards gets it forward. Nope. Andre's going to pick it up. Back out to Edwards. In the middle. Just some bad passes here, there, and everywhere. Not real happy about it. Raczkowski to Davis. Gets it forward. There's Peterson again. He's surrounded, sort of. Drops it back. Gets it forward. Come on. They're just going right around. Yaya gets it forward to Peterson on the back line. Crepeau with the stop. He's made some good stops. I mean, they had that one banger that got through. You can't blame that. Oh, here's Vargas. Vargas gets tripped. No call. 81 minutes, and New York slow playing it again. Adams sends it downfield. Peterson trying to beat the defense past one man. Can't beat Crepeau again. One-on-one. Tran with the murder. No call. Good job. 83 minutes. Tran's got a 7.0 rating, but he's frustrated, and he's got 62% fitness. Jackson Amel's not looking too good, not playing too well. So I'm gonna bring in Dupuis just to change it up. Get another big man for big man. And then we could bring in Giglio for Tran. Even though Tran's playing really well. I mean, they're basically the same. Not a lot of difference between one or the other. You know, Giglio's much less fit. fit, but other than that, he's mostly the same. But yeah, we need a fullback who's healthy and can get downfield, so I'm going to make that our third change. All right, let's go. Nothing's happening. We went from a team that could score anytime we wanted to. Here we go. Edwards bombs it downfield. Dupuis can't get the header. Witzkowski gets it forward. Kai Peterson. Still 86 minutes, so there's a lot of highlights that have happened in the last 10 minutes. Davis. Mosqueda gets it forward to Peterson. That's going to be a goal. Something's gone terribly wrong with our defense. I mean, was Diallo really that good? I don't know. But that wasn't... I mean, whose fault was this on the back line? I guess it was vacated by Taylor. I mean, Taylor moved up to cover that man. And they snuck it right past him. So I guess he put Cabrera in a bad position, but Cabrera couldn't come back and make that play. So I don't know. Both of them to blame, really. One made a kind of a dumb play. The other one just couldn't make a play. There we go. Nice steal by Vargas. He gets it downfield. Romero sort of, I don't know, intercepts it, I guess. Sends it downfield out wide for Raheem Edwards. He gets it to Dupuis. Dupuis can't win it. And we're going to be out of luck here. Here's another attempt. There's Taylor again out of position. Yeah. We're looking shaky on the back line here, boys. This is when that squad dynamics thing comes in to bite you, because we have the player who wants to leave. We get rid of him, and now the whole defense falls apart. So we got issues going forward here. We were cruising. We were rolling towards MLS glory. And now we're looking like we don't know how to play. Toure gets it forward to Dupuis, to Edwards. There's 30 seconds already past time. And there it is. 3-0 loss. Man. Depressing, gotta tell you. Alright. Far from pleased. Get out of here. So we got to get our full team back, which we will next week. We got 3 really important games coming down. Red Bulls ease to victory. Take a look at the competitions. That knocked us all the way down to 4th place. 1 point now behind the Revolution and tied with the Red Bulls, although they've got 4 games in hand against us. So we could have playoff issues. I mean, we gotta have way more than 50 points to make the playoffs. You know, every team in the league has points against us, so we gotta win these last few and not mess around. Schedule. What do we got coming up for the schedule? We got 3 important games: Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland. So that gives us a possibility of 9 points. Now I'm actually worried about making the playoffs. So that would get us to 57 points, which should be enough to make the playoffs. Got to beat Philadelphia. Toronto's only got 28 points in 28 games. That's real bad. So they probably don't have a chance to catch us up. Orlando's sitting down here with 34, 28 games. So that could be our saving grace right there. I mean, they're 14 points back. So we'd have to lose a lot and they'd have to win a lot. They could still catch us up, though, theoretically. Yeah, they could still catch us up. So, All right, it's not for sure. Because, like I said, if we would have won that game, we would have secured playoff. Right? That's what we said at the beginning of the match. I'm not crazy. That's what we said. So anyway, important games coming up. We can't lose anymore. We got a friendly versus Besiktas. But I'm not feeling like playing that right now. So we'll end the video and come back next time for some very important games. All right. Until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.